for joining me today. We're going to be talking about some of my sewing makes that I've made in the year of 2019. So how this will work is I'm going to go over some of the pieces and I'm going to show you some footage that I've shared on Instagram or Facebook in the past so you can get some behind the scenes. Some of these pieces I don't have anymore and I've donated. Some of them I have right here. For the first piece I'll be sharing, it's actually new pattern, new look 6533. I made it in a sheer fabric. Right now it just looks like a nice bag of fabric. So this is how it ended up looking, and I will insert the video footage here. It ended up having a lot of seam dragging, which I'll show in the photos. And I thought that originally I was going to try and dye yellow to maybe make it a little better, because some of the dots that were used for just making it didn't come out. But at this point, I think I'm just going to call it what it is, a trial that failed, and I'll let that go on. The second one I'm going to share with you is McCalls 7948. I made it twice. I believe I heard about this pattern because her Instagram handle is Buried Diamond, I believe. I get a lot of inspiration from her. She had posted she had made it, so I used her inspiration and I tried to make it. I originally made it in a bunch, I actually made a muslin and I made it in a bunch of different mishmash woven fabrics because I knew I was going to make it in a woven, and the fit turned out fine, and I have some footage here to share with you. Started making a muslin off of this pattern here, using some old Halloween and some linen that I had in my stash. So let's see if it fits. So I figured, okay, I'll go and buy some actual fabric and make it. So I went to my local fabric store, Stone Mountain Daughters, and picked up some just purple kind of cotton and made that. But I think what I had ended up figuring out at this point was that a lot of the patterns I was making at the time, I was going by my full bust instead of my upper bust, and I kept having issues with the armholes being wrong. So that ended up being a scrap, plus the gathers didn't turn out right. I think I needed to learn like some different tips on making gathers properly, and it didn't sit right on my bust. It was too high up where it wasn't at my waist properly. 1,000,000 pins. So the accessories I got on the dress for today, this is the second time I made it, but I don't think I did it right because my waist is like here, so it looks kind of weird on me, but I'm gonna keep making it. So there's another learning experience. The next one I made was New Look 6511. I made a muslin of this one. This one I believe also was recommended by Buried Diamond. and I just made the top of it just to try it out, and I made it out of bedsheet, and it turned out okay. This is when I was also still doing the bust size wrong, so it turned out a little weird and it was too short. So if I decided to make it again, I would obviously make it in a size that was closer to my upper bust. And next one I made was McCalls 5651. This is a vintage backpack. Actually, it's over here. This is it. I actually used this a ton when I first got it. So I'll pop in some pictures here of me making it, and it does include the seams. You can't actually see it because the seams are all done, so they look really nice on the inside. But I did use seam binding to bind the seams, which also was another tip from Buried Diamond. Here, I made this backpack last year in pink velvet, but it didn't hold up that well, so I'm making it in a stronger fabric. I'm making it in that yellow with this pink and some of those different webbings. This is the webbing that I got for it, the right length. So we'll see. Almost finished. Very impressed with my seam matching for that. Obviously I need to wash it when I'm finished, but almost finished. Finished. Now I just have to wash it. Pretty cool. But this turned out really great. It uses two different kinds of fabric that I scored from Stone Mountain Daughters. After I discovered that place, I fell in love. I would go there every Saturday and spend way too much money. So yeah, I got both of these alternating fabrics from there, and also both of these different types of webbing there as well. So I think I had a problem where I didn't have enough D-rings of this size, so that's why I ended up using two different ones, and I think it turned out really good. The only thing I don't like about it, and like I said, this is the second time I made it, if I can find the picture of the first one, I'll post it. It was out of pink velvet, and it was just not sturdy enough, just too floppy. The thing I don't like about this is those two straps on the front. If I ever make it again, which I probably will, because I have another idea for a white one with rainbow straps, I'll do snaps, because the front parts are just so annoying to get in and out of your backpack. I also did a modification on this. The bag only comes with one pocket, but every time I've made it, I've always just accidentally cut out two pockets, and it's much nicer, so I like this much better. The next one I made, I don't have it here because those clothes are already gone for the summer, is Khanmati B215, which is a tank top with stretch red and white fabric, and I will post the footage here. So I made that for the summer, and I used some little iron-on letters with my husband's name on it, and it was just a really easy make. The hardest part of this was waiting for the postage to mail me the proper fixings for the back, because it needed I think it needed 1 millimeter, something very tiny for the bra findings for the back, and I couldn't find that anywhere, so I had to special order it, I think from China. So those came, and then I was able to make it. So definitely make this again. I probably make it a little bit longer, but I was very confident with my bindings on the edges, and so Next one from there was Simplicity 5124, which was a vintage reproduction that they did. I made shorts in the same fabric as the top that I just mentioned, and that one was interesting. I'll show you the footage here. So I started this Sunday, I think. Super easy, super jiffy shorts, and I pretty much finished them, but then I realized I didn't have any cording to finish this part, so I'm going to have to order some or see if I can find a local shop with some red cording and maybe have some shorts. And then I've been working on these shorts in this fabric, but I didn't have any cording, which I picked up, and then I want to redo the elastic with this one because I was just using this kind of elastic and it's not as strong as this, so I'm going to switch that up. So I just finished that, and the straw string is pretty perfect. I still have to wash it to get these markings off, and I'm going to buy some caps for these to end them. But it just didn't sit right on me. The sides came out open a lot. I just didn't fit quite right. I just felt it was like too flimsy, and I don't know how to make it. No, I don't know if I would change the fabric, if it would have worked better, or what. The tie situation didn't work right even when I changed it, and I got that really nice cording from Stone Mountain, which I really liked. It looked fine, but just wearing it, I just felt like I was going to show everybody my booty all the time, which I'm not trying to do all the time. One after that I made was an Ohh Lulu Ava Panties, which I've made these in the past when I was first starting out making sewing things. So I had a little hiatus, and then I got back into it, and I was like, I need some panties, so I tried some velvet ones out, and I didn't realize that my size had completely changed from the last time I made it, so those did not fit me at all. Current state of my sewing area, I've got like 3 projects happening. So I've got 2 pairs of underwear that I started in this velvet. What's the other one? That's the gusset. But then I successfully made a new pair, which was in this awesome white heart lace that I had picked up years ago from Etsy. Oh no, actually I think I got that from a trip in Missouri to a thrift store, because every time I go somewhere I have to go to a fabric store, not thrift store. And I picked it up there, and I used some really fun colored elastics, and I think they turned out super cute, and I'm still wearing them to this day, and I need to make some more undies, because the ones that I have, I am just not into at all. The next one that I made, I actually have here, is my first time making an Ogden Cami. So I made an Ogden Cami because I had this piece of remnant that I picked up from Stone Mountain Daughter that I love. It's so pretty, so I wanted to find something to make with it, and I thought, okay, well, this doesn't take a lot of fabric, I'll make this. But it actually took a lot more fabric than I intended, so I actually had to use the fabric from one of the other dresses that I previously showed you for the back, because I didn't have enough. And I also had to use it for some of the facing. I used a different facing for this side. So I don't like it. I don't think it fit me well. I did use the right bust size for this one, but I think I don't like it because of the different fabrics, which was my choice in the first place because I didn't have enough fabric. But, you know what, maybe I'll try it again. But this one is definitely going to Goodwill. A vintage Simplicity 5755. I got this pattern in a eBay lot. I got like 30 something patterns, and I actually had the person pick out the patterns that I needed that were just in my bust size, which is 36. If anyone wants to gift me one, gift me any vintage patterns, bust 36. So I found this, and the reason why I chose this one is because I ended up randomly buying some really fun gingham knit fabric from Stone Mountain Daughter because it was on sale. So I was like, oh, what can I make with this? And then I had this pattern, so I was like, okay, this should be easy. Let me make it. No, it was not easy. I think I still have it here. I don't understand why it needed a zipper because it's a knit fabric. So I should just be able to pull it over my head and put it on. So that part I hated, and I'll show you all the footage here. Good morning-ish. I've been working on this sewing pattern on and off for a couple of days. I'm doing this view here, and this is where I'm at. I realized I absolutely hate making darts, so I'm kind of putting it off, and I also don't like putting in the zipper, but you know what's happening. So I got this fabric from Stone Mountain Daughter a couple weeks ago on a whim, and I have just enough to do this dress, and I'm hoping it'll turn out good, but right now I'm putting in the zipper, and then I've just got a little bit more to go. Another craft thwarted by Lucy, the Sits on Crafts cat. Trying to work on this dress again. Now that we're back in the sewing studio, we have some time, but not if Lucy has her way. Right, B? So we were working on some sewing over here, but Lucy said, nope, we're done. So I'm going to have my husband hold up what I finished so far. That's not, you didn't hold it right. Gotta hold it straight. Okay, so we got it mostly sewn together there. Stop moving it. No, no, I should make you wear it. This is not doing it justice. Thank you. Okay, pretty good. We're getting there. Thanks, model. Working on some facings. Watching, of course, because that little one is sleeping. I was finally able to finish this sleeve today. Turned out pretty cool. It's faced. I guess I'll show it to you later, but this is what it looks like when it's not done. Woohoo! Finally finished the armholes, and now I'm working on the hem using from my stash some stretchable seam binding. Had color that matched. Since I know you're interested, I am listening to Rob Thomas with Santana, but also here is some hem work done. And we are continuing on because there's like 10 hems on this skirt. Finally finished the construction, and now I'm doing the tie details using this awesome strawberry tape that my best friend and his wife brought me back from Japan. Finally finished. I ended up using 3 different kinds of trim for the edges because it needs like 7 yards, and I did not have 7 yards of this because that's not what I was gifted. So I'm going to wash it, and then I will try it on. That kind of made it a headache for me. Like, just, I don't like the zipper. I don't like that there's a zipper, and I like have a hard time putting in zippers, so there's like this sad dimple thingy here. And the thing I really liked is the sleeves. The sleeves turned out really nice. It's kind of hard for me to show you, but I'll try my best. There's some footage as well. And then I did these trims all the way around the neckline, and the trims are also on the hems as well. I'm going to show that in the footage. So it needed a lot of trims, and I was wanting to use this trim that my best friend and his wife brought me back from Japan for their wedding. but I ran out. So it's like weirdly a lot of different types of trims. I don't know if that's looks weird or not, but overall I didn't like it because the fit turned out really weird. I used my right measurements, but it's like baggier than it should be. It should be a lot tinier, and it's not. So there's that. So I have two more pieces left. The first one is this bag. It is a free pattern from All Well. It's the Fullmoon Bag, and I was stalking their Instagram until they came out with this pattern because I thought it was so cute, and I think I love making bag patterns more than I like making clothing because fitting bodies, my body, has not been the easiest thing, so it's kind of discouraging, but bags turn out pretty well for me most of the time. So this bag actually turned out A+. I purposely bought this fabric from IKEA to make this bag, and I faced it, but not really. I just double fabriced the pattern pieces when I made it with this yellow, which is the same like duck canvas from my other bag that I showed you previously. This came together so quickly. I made the handle from the same canvas because I don't have any leather in my house. It's really nice. It has the front pocket, and I obviously use this, so there's stuff in it. And the inside pocket, that's kind of difficult to show. And I'll show some footage here of me making it and some shots with me using it. So I finished the zip top, and I don't have leather strapping, so I had to make my own with just some of that and contrast thread. What I've finished for tonight, put in. Back at it today, finished the main middle part. This part is kind of weird, so I'm curious how this will get resolved, but we'll see. What do you think? 3-dimensional. Still worried about this, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, there it is. But honestly, I use this bag every single day now. I kind of retired the other one, even though it's much bigger and much like more roomy and usable. I use this one every day. I want to make another one. I saw someone make it with like a really cool plastic pastel zipper, and I was like, oh, I need that in my life. So it's on my list to make another one. I don't need another bag, but I want another bag, so we'll see what happens. The last thing of all the makes that I made so far in 2019 is this Henley top. It is from Seamwork. It is the Elli top. I recently subscribed to them, so you get like credits to get their patterns, and I've always wanted to make a Henley ever since I became obsessed with Ryan Gosling wearing Henleys in the Drive movie, and I just thought they look so nice on people. I don't know what it is. So I wanted to make one, and I had this fabric in my stash and said, okay, well, this thing needs knit fabric, so I'm gonna make this. And it came together really easily, and this is my first time making snaps. So I'll show the footage here of me through the process. This is my first time doing snaps. I've done 2 so far. I can't undo them with one hand. I'm using this tool that I believe my dad bought for me when we were in Maine a couple years ago. It's fairly easy, but just as I suck with doing buttonholes, I'm not the best with this, but I mean, I think when you're wearing it, it's gonna look okay. I mean, yeah, obviously this is not nice. We'll see. Alright, finally finished it. I haven't tried it on yet. And all of these stitches need to come out, and obviously it needs to be washed to get that off. But I finished it. I don't think I'll ever make it again because I feel like this is way too bulky. I don't know. I just used some canvas for the interfacing because I don't like using like fusible interfacing. Maybe I should use like something less than canvas to do the interfacing here. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like how bulky it is compared to like the rest of the fabric. Maybe I'll like it when it's on, but without it on, eh. And so this ended up not working at all. And so the main reason it didn't work is because the fabric that I used is only one-way stretch. So it needed to be, I guess it's called 4 ways, 2-way, I don't know. It only stretches one way, the other way is too tight. And so when you put it on, you look so bad. I didn't even think about that. Like, I thought about that when I made underwear before and I wondered why it didn't work, but I didn't think about it for this. I was just, this is stretchy fabric, this'll work. No, it didn't work. Thankfully this came together really fast, other than the snaps part, but it, you know, this is a learning experience anyways. I don't want to make it again because I don't like this, how the snap part came together. But maybe it's just because I used a too thin fabric and I need to use a thicker stretchy fabric, and then it won't look so weird. So like, it's just such a big thickness difference in that, so weirds me out. But who knows, maybe I will just change my mind and make it again. I don't know. So that's all the clothes and things and bags and stuff that I've been sewing so far. I'm planning on making weekly videos of different things that I make and some behind the scenes and such like that over on my Patreon. So if you are interested in seeing things that I make or what's going on in my life, things like that, take a look over at my Patreon. I have a couple different tiers for people who are interested. I will post videos here on YouTube intermittently, but I'll be posting the bulk of my projects over there on Patreon. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time.